Well, hey guys, so today I'm headed down to our other block. Haven't been down here since probably about August last year when I shot that other dog who was looking at eyeing the carp off. So I've got the bike and the dog and a heap of stuff that got a cart down here. And just heading through the forestry track here first on the way to our front gate. Someone's had a dozer along here cleaning the track up. There's been a shower of rain last night, so I should be able to see whether there's any dog tracks around, but I've got my gun out just in case I see something. Got a whole heap of traps, and hopefully I can get some dogs. It should be coming on nearly mating time now, so there should be a bit of dog activity and should be howling and calling, getting a bit territorial, so see how we go. Cattle he's got here. Hey fellas, hey girls. Righto. I haven't seen any dog tracks yet, but I'm sure they're here. More cattle over there. Anyway, I'll just keep an eye out over here and coming up on this dam over here. This time of the day, it's a pretty hot day. The dogs are going to be wanting to lie down some shade around the water. So, just keep my eyes peeled and see what we can find. I just went into the shed and found old dunny seat there with the roll of toilet paper sitting on top of it. Looks like the mice need to learn how to use toilet paper and tear off one at a time. Chewed a big hole in the side of the toilet paper. I'm finally out. It's about 1 o'clock and there's a storm coming up. I'm just going to go and see if I can quick get a few traps in before the storm gets here. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much on them, but it's only a sort of a little thing. So we're going to go down here where I got those couple last time, and I'll see if the dog can find somewhere to set a trap. Here comes the shower. 2 traps in the ground near that little dam, but it's just showering. Probably not real good for setting traps like this at the moment. I might just go for a bit of a wander and put Tish out in a few spots and see what he can find. So, see what happens tomorrow. Maybe. At least we got a couple traps in the ground tonight. Well, I just got back to the donga and she's coming down pretty good. So I don't know how many traps I'll really be sticking in after all that. But anyway, we'll get to have a bit of a look around and see what's going on anyway. So, yeah, see what happens, Tish, hey? Hey? You got a bit wet. Good bit wet. Good boy. What do you reckon, Tish? Go and find a dog, hey? Good boy. You ready to go? Oh, the rain seems to have past now. I think we've probably had nearly an inch of rain, and it's ground's pretty wet, so I don't know how many I'm going to go putting any traps in, but let's go down and check these ones I put in earlier just to make sure the rain hasn't washed them out or anything and covered them. So I might go down and look further. The fella that's got the cattle on adjustment here, I talked to him earlier and he said he's been seeing dogs and some melon hulls down the back here. They seem to be living there most of the time, he reckons, so we'll might head down there and see what we can find. Come here. Hop up. Come here, hop up. Hop up, here. Get up. Yeah, you're gonna make my seat all dirty. Not a bad spot here. All this thick timber here. The dogs will be coming in through the fence here anywhere. The tish is coming marked right here. So I wonder whether I might even stick one in the ground there and tie it off a cable around that post. Don't like going too close to the barbed wire, but the cattle are in here. If I go under these trees, they'll be camping under these trees during the day, so they're likely to wreck the set. So I might stick one in just here. Well, you can see that's what happens when you're not careful with your fingers where you're fixing the trap. So you can see, you get a dog like that, didn't break the finger, just grabbed me on the finger like that and just held it. There's no way I'd be able to pull it out. I might get a bit of a bruise there, but got a mouthful of dirt when it went off. I was just trying to bed down the trap, and I thought I was back on the edge of the jaw, but I just pushed straight on the pan and whack. Anyway, everyone gets themselves sometime or other. Anyway, I'll put it in again. It's definitely the best I've ever caught myself. It's got me before on the thumb. I reckon it's definitely going to have a bruise on my finger. It's hard setting a trap when you got wet dirt. Wet dirt, everything is wet. Wet mat. I'm now kneeling on the mat and my knees are wet. Tish, don't go stepping on traps because they hurt. You end up with bling on your foot, Tish. Look, see? They get you. At least you can See where you're going a bit better out here now than last time I was here. And the cattle are in a little bit better nick. Hey girls. They're pretty quiet. I haven't seen any dog tracks at all yet, so keep poking along and see if we can find anything. Well, I forgot to hit record. I just got a dog. I was just coming along and I got my torch out and shone around and I see a pair of eyes just down here. And I stopped the bike and probably about 100 metres, so we'll go up and have a look at it. It was still light enough that I didn't need a torch. I could still see him in the torch, without the torch, just in that scope. But having a 50mm objective on that lens on that scope, it really helps. So he's not a real old dog, but he's certainly a big one. Get out of it! Got him right to the neck. That's why he just dropped over. He's probably been camped here in this melon hole. I rode just past here earlier and then come down and went down that way. And yeah, he must have just been sitting here looking at me the whole time. Anyway, what do you reckon, Tish? One dog. It's one less we don't have to go and try and get in a trap. Pretty little fella. He's lost his tail before, I think. Okay, I've just seen a dog. Just near the dog over here. He was just out here before. I think I missed him. I was just lying in bed. I heard him howl not far away. I quick got up and got dressed. And then as I thought he's probably going to come past the donga soon. And as I bent down to put my shoes on, my phone fell out my pocket and clunk on the floor. And I looked around behind me and out the window, and here he was. I think he'd watched me through the window. There's his tracks here. I didn't even get another glimpse of him. I'm not sure whether he went that way or this way. Probably could have taken my time a bit more and he might have sat there, because I don't think the dogs here are real spooky. But he will be now. Just rushed it too much, adrenaline going. Okay, here's this trap I just put in here. Tish come along on the edge of this track here, and he's marked here. So I went to put a stake in because there wasn't a tree anywhere near, but when I got a stake half in, it was getting so hard. So I thought, oh well, I might not be able to get the stake out again. So I've got this bit of a log here for a bit of a drag, and I've carted here. I don't usually like to shift stuff too much, but unless you have to. So I've got the cable tied around that, hidden inside under the bark, and I've got the trap in just down here. Okay, here's trap set 5. Just got one in here. I've got a dingo scat there, and a bit of rag with some bitches here and up in the tree to hopefully blow the scent around a bit and make them pull up a bit. And then I got a bit of that old wall paint, wall cool stuff just down near the scat, just so we've got something to sniff to go in. And the trap back in here. Right, I'll just come up here, track a little bit further, and I've put this another set in. Got a blind set in here. Got this bit of a branch, so I have to try and hopefully direct them, because that dog this morning, he's walked down here, but I also saw marks coming back this way, over here. So unless they're tissues from last night, I'm not 100% sure, because I know he did run round here. Don't know. Anyway, drag mark here from a dog, and I dragged it down here and back last night. But we've got this blind set in here. Hopefully they'll veer off that way and step between those sticks right on the thing, on the trap, if he comes back this way again. What are you after, Tish? You're chasing flies. You must be bored. Righto, well, let's go and see if we can find some more. Hey? Good boy. Well, it's a bit of a cloudy day today. Beautiful day for setting traps, but not so good for charging batteries with the solar panels. Okay, we've just come down here to this. There's a little dam just in here, and another little bit of a waterhole dam thing that's dried up here. But Tish is just in this, well, where the dam fills up here, and there's a bit of a holler. He's found a few good spots where the dogs have been marking, and there's scats and everything lying around here. So I might get a couple traps in here. There's like this little enclosure here around these dams, and the fella's got that gate shut, but that gate open. So I've shut that one. That'll keep any cattle out of here while I'm here, and so they just can't come in here. They've chewed it out fairly well anyway. And I might set a few traps in this little enclosure. I don't think I'll go through the fence and the dam, because the cattle are getting in there for a drink, and if I put them in there they might wreck it. So I'll just set a few here in this enclosure and see what happens. There was a few dog tracks coming down the main track over here, coming down this way, so they're probably cutting the corner through there rather than going down the track there. They're coming down straight here to the dam, across that lane there. So we might be able to pull one up in this little bit of a gully. Goodness me, that's hard. Jeez. I might have to use drags here too. And he put it in a bit. Not even 2 inches. And she was stuck. Put some of that in underneath the bed to trap, and I might get one of these logs over here for a drag. Okay, so I've got one set in here, put a bit of stinger on that one, and I might still go over and put a bit more scent on that bush over. I've got another one over there just on the other side of this little dam, on a drag. This one's on a drag. I got one just over the bank, staked down, and another one not far away from it on a drag, and then I've put another one on a drag over under the tree or next to the fence over there. So I've got a fair few. If this is a main little gully here or dam where the dogs will be coming in for drinks, walking around here, this is just an ideal spot for them. And Tish found a fair bit of sign and scats and everything around, so there's a bit of activity around here. You gonna find me a spot, Tish? He likes that bush there. I'd say there's been a bitch has peed on there, because he's licking it and trying to taste the grass. Just scratch. Well, we might come back here. Oh, now he's going to poo on it. Good on you, Tish. Come back here and put a trap in there maybe. It's just really hard in this grass because you can't really get it back to looking how it was. It was easy. What I might be able to do is drag a log over there to that spot where he's marked. Anyway, it's getting a bit hot, hey Tish? Let's go and have some lunch. Get up. Okay, so I've got another set in here after lunch, and then I've got a bit of paper towel in there that I've had from with a bit of sausage fat from last night, my dinner last night. So we'll just see whether they come into a bit of a smell of some sausages. I gave a bit to Tish, and he liked eating it, didn't you, Tish? Hey? Pretty good sausage, wasn't it? Alright, we'll get going on a bit further and set some in where Tish found a few spots earlier. Isn't it, Tish? Hop up, here, come here. Oh, here. That's right, you pee on it first. might even set 2 traps here. Alright, up. Here, up. Good boy. Stay there. Righto. Let's see if we can get some dingoes some bling, Tish. Okay, so I didn't use any lure on this one because Tish has peed on it and taken a dump on there. So that should be enough. And I got a trap in there and a trap in over here. And just try to disguise them as best as possible, and got a couple of trip sticks there. So hopefully if they're coming down here and there's a bit of a breeze coming in this way, so even if they come down that other pad they should get a whiff of it, I hope. If they come down this way they should definitely get a whiff of that anyway. So quite promising as long as the cattle don't wreck it. Just have a look at this. It's an old log that someone's, actually working with my boss's father-in-law, he made this years ago by hand. He's cut it all out with an adze. A big old iron bark log to make a water trough out of it. He's filled all up the ends with concrete. It's obviously not in use anymore, but all the ends are plugged up with concrete to stop the water coming out. Bit of history, that. Good to see it's still here today. A big goanna just ran up, sitting on the side of that tree. It's going to try and go up the tree behind me. Oh, there he goes. That's why I got to be careful using a food-based lure, because they'll come and wreck the traps otherwise and get caught. Don't really want to catch one of them. A beautiful big lizard. I'll leave you alone, mate.